From school photos to family photos and every snapshot in between, moms have expectations about how they want their kids to look and act in front of a camera. But our first guest this morning finds the best success comes when she just lets kids be kids. And her work is proof that she really might be onto something. Bre Welch is a professional photographer who loves using light to capture light and loves when kids step in front of her lens. And she has some advice for all of us. I'm going to include me photo moms out there because it's a lot about control, right? And letting go of control a little bit.
Absolutely. I feel like the expectations are what's going to kill all the mood and make your kids not feel like they can actually show who their true selves are to you. Which, why do we want to even document a plastic version of them, right?
Yes, you and I were actually recently talking about this. You just took our photos for fun. That was so fun. Okay, so you talked about mood because moms, as in the home, at a photo shoot, kind of set the mood, right?
They do. I feel like the second that it's like a smile for mommy attitude, the kids shut down, right? They think that they have to hide a portion of themselves in order to make mom happy. And in that case, they get this like tension of like, I'm gonna do whatever I can not to do what mom says. And that is obviously not the best place to take pictures, right?
Yes. We all just have to remember that, like put a sticky note on our shirt to remember that as moms. Okay, but a lot happens before we are posing for the camera, right? And so you say kids will be more invested. I say the same thing about doing like the new cell phone for your kid. If you let them help in the planning. Yes,
I feel like anytime I can give them a choice, whether it's a prop that they bring or a background color that they choose or their outfit, like let them choose some portion of it that you can let go of the control, right? Let them have a say in how they want it to look. So for my recent kid minis we did, I had kids bring skateboards, dinosaurs, cars, hats, like anything that they felt like they could bring a portion of themselves into it and they weren't just losing themselves and like going willy-nilly.
Yeah, and you had an experience with your daughter recently too. Poppy.
Sweet Poppy. She is just the most pure. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't get this plastic version of her, right? And so when I walked in the studio, I knew I wanted to get new photos for my wall, and there were just a bunch of flowers around, and they were just from a previous shoot. They were just over there, and she didn't really think to say, hey, can I do these in my photos? But I just said, hey, she said, those are so pretty, Mom. And I was like, well, go grab one. And she lit up. She said, I can choose? And I said, yeah, let's get a couple different colors. And so she still talks about these photos. They're her favorite thing. And it was so fun to see her seeing herself through my lens, but like in a way that flattered her and that brought the ideas of her best Disney princess self to life. So being able to bring those fantasies to life for her really like lit her up. And I got the most relaxed and wonderful photos of her. There's one photo of her where she's like squinching her eyes and she's sitting there.
We saw that. That's so
It kills me. That was when she was completely over the shoot. You have about 5 minutes with kids before you lose all control. So if you can just get those ideas popping, you're good to go. But she was over it, and it was totally fine. I still snapped the photo because I thought her little squinchy face was so cute. And it's probably your favorite.
It might have been my favorite that we saw.
Yes.
So your next tip is similar to about letting a little bit of control go. Don't make it about you, Mom.
Yes.
Mom, don't make it about you.
I know it's so hard because we want to get like, oh, can we get one of them kissing on the cheek, or can we get one of the... Let it all go. Let them bring what they need to the studio. So my son came in as well, and you'll see a photo of him, and that's him as well. He's got this orange backdrop, and he's got a shirt over his head. That was just what he was doing before, and I thought it was funny, and I wanted to make sure he knew I was ready to collaborate with him. So I just said, oh my gosh, do that for the picture. So I feel like the first thing that we can do to help them know that they're in a safe space is to take whatever they're doing, whatever cute little foot pops they're doing, or shifting of their weight, or playing with their hair, and just say, oh my gosh, that's so cute, can I get a picture of that? And let them know, hey, I'm ready to collaborate. Show them the pictures. Say, look how good that was, look how great. And it's not so much now, okay, can you smile for me? And the second that we go, oh, stop chewing on your shirt, stop doing that with your shirt, they shut down. So if we
You're preaching to me.
I know, it's hard.
This is what I need to know, because look at that picture. It's darling, and that is who he is.
And that's who he is.
Okay.
He also chose the music for that photo. I think that's another part of setting the mood. He wanted to listen to Guardians of the Galaxy. That's his favorite. And so we put on some classic rock, and he just was jamming. So I feel like choosing the music, choosing the outfit, choosing
collaborate with your kids.
Yes.
Okay, and next you said focus on doing but not being. So is this kind of where maybe some games are involved?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I love playing games with kids. I feel like it's so unnatural for kids to stand and smile. But the second we can get, my favorite one is bubbles involved. Those are like clean. I don't have to clean up anything. They look great in photos, and it keeps your kid in one little area. So if you can have dad blowing bubbles on the side, or you get a little bubble machine, that's a perfect one. And then you get these ones of them looking up and like all the wonder in their eyes. Bubbles is great. Simon Says is great. If you can say, okay, and you throw in one thing that Simon Says that you actually want the photo of.
Yeah, everyone kiss your sister.
Exactly.
And how do we do this? Show them how you see them. Is that literal, or how are you talking about
I feel like kids want to be seen a certain way, and this goes especially for older kids. They have a cool factor, right? They don't want to just be sweet little girls that you want to see, right? So I feel like if you're able to let them see a cool side of them, and you're able to tap into their likes and their interests, again, letting go of your expectations and your view of your kid, you know, bring their skateboard, like, she wanted to be into modeling, this last girl we saw. And so we just like had a moment where I was like, hey, let's pretend you're a model. Let's do it. Like, let's go for it. So yeah, letting them see who you think they are and who they want to be through your lens, it's empowering for them. And they accept the invitation to be themselves more.
I love it. I needed to talk to Bre before I did my little photos with my family a couple of weeks ago. But finally, don't coach too much. I mean, I feel like that encapsulates kind of everything you've been talking about.
I feel like the most you cannot say no. Try to even if the idea is bad and it looks ugly and whatever, take the photo. Validate them, right? And then continue from there once you build the confidence into getting the things that you want. You can guide, but don't be like, no, 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 don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, because then all of a sudden they just shut down.
I love it. I love it, Bre. Okay, where can people see more of your work? I mean, we've seen so much of it today, but I know you have a great site.
pepperfoxphoto.com. I'm on Instagram, pepperfoxphoto, or Facebook, pepperfoxphoto.
Okay, you can go there and check out her work. She has some great tips, obviously, for parents, but also just for you, for your family, for everybody. Thanks, Bre.